Alright guys, so some of you may have already seen my other video where I used tape to do the rods for fluorescent night fishing. These two I'm actually going to paint, and I think these will end up turning out a lot better. Obviously it'll be smooth on the shaft rather than having any sort of ridge. And we'll see how they look. The paint seems to glow a little bit better than at least one of the tapes. But these ones are already primed. They were white rods to begin with, but they are currently primed, and I'm going to go ahead and paint them. We're going to do the actual eyelets first. One of the rods is going to be an orange rod with green tips. The other one is going to be a yellow rod with orange tips. So we're going to go ahead and do those first before we do the base of the pole. We're doing light coat so that we do not have a bunch of junk overlap and have it run. The important part of this is trying to get all the different angles. That does make for a little bit of a challenge on these. Angle this up a little bit, and you guys probably couldn't even see some of that. Go. Go ahead and let that dry. I get the orange and do the other one. Make sure you get the bottom and the top on these. Doesn't matter if I have a little bit of overspray, because like I said, I'm going to cover it anyways, but the green is a different brand, and like I said in the other video, it definitely sprays a little bit easier. This stuff pretty heavy. It wants to clog up a lot easier. Touch up here as we go down before we let it dry. There we go. We'll let those dry before we start on the rods. We're going to do the first one, which is going to be the yellow rod with the orange tips. We already did the tips. Now we're going to go ahead and put the yellow on. Try to get it nice and even to where it's not dripping. And I'm just spinning the rod, try to get all the way around it, work my way all the way down. Try to get nice even passes. Get all the way up to the color that you did your eyelets. You can stop there, or you can go a little bit further. I try to have it right at the knuckle of where the eyelet attaches. Try to go about right there. So there's a little bit of orange on the rod still. I like how it looks that way. Got a little bit of a spot here that I want to get a little bit better. And I would encourage you to do 2 coats on this. Make a big difference, because there are going to be spots once it settles you'll see that are a little bit heavier than others, and want to touch up on those light spots for sure. I think this is going to turn out awesome. Look at that color, especially the color scheme. That looks really cool. I bet it looks awesome under the light. Spot underneath here. That looks pretty good. Yeah, look how awesome that color scheme is. That's pretty cool. Now we'll set this one over here to dry. Put it up on the spot there where it's not gonna take off. That's right. And next, we got the one with the green tips. For that, we're gonna use orange. We got orange rod with green tips. Same thing with this. We'll start at the top and work our way down. Once you get about halfway, you can see about how the color scheme is going to look. I think this one's going to turn out pretty well too. I did do one of these the other day with tape that's this color, and I really liked it, so I wanted to do one with the paint that's this color. I think it's going to turn out very well. The last section here. And like I said in other parts of the video, you can do the whole rod all the way down, the grip and everything, but I don't want to do the grip. I just want to do up to the grip. You can if you want to, completely up to you. You can alter this however you would like. I'm just showing you guys how I do it, and I'll show you how it turns out. You can do it by your own judgment. Alright, and then there's the orange and green one. I think that's going to turn out pretty well also. There's one spot here I can see that didn't get quite good enough. There we go. Alright, and same with that. We'll let those dry, and then I'll do a second coat. And we'll go from there. All we have to do is clear coat after the second coat, but I'll show you guys that when we do it. For the last step on this, we're going to use some clear coat. Just to kind of protect it, seal it on. And we just do the whole rod at one time. And we start at the tip, work our way down. dry. Come over and do the next one. There should be alright. The clear coat's obviously clear, so it can be hard to see. Whenever you're putting it on, just look for wet and shiny, and you're good. Systematic approach is pretty good. Like, you can see me turning the rod as I'm spraying. Makes it to where I don't really miss anything. Section here. Looks pretty good. Now I'll just let those dry and I'll show you guys what they look like at the night. So this is what those poles look like in the light. I've got 2 of the rod holders there, as you can see. And the poles, the one on the right is the orange one, and the one on the left is the yellow. It looks a little bit more of a green in the video. But that's what they look like. You can see those bad boys for a long ways away. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to use them, that's for sure. It's gonna be sweet.